Welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Laura and this is Laura's Chronic Life, where I do things to cope with chronic pain and share them. Today's video is about my works in progress for knitting and crocheting, specifically in 2024, otherwise known as my WIPS. So if you watched my intentions and ideas and goals for 2024 video, then you know that I'm trying to use what I have. I believe I said I will use my shit, not lose my shit this year. And so part of that was my yarn and getting my stash down and not buying any more yarn for the first 6 months and making sure that I finish projects that I had already started. And so in this video, we're going to go through those projects I had already started and need to finish in the next 6 months before I can buy any more yarn or start any more personal projects. This does not include gift giving and things like that. This is just my own personal projects. And we're going to get right into it. So the first project is technically done, but it wasn't done when I first started out in this beginning of the year. In fact, you can see me working on this in one of the vlogs for this year. There's a cat hair. Story of my life. So this was a project that I started last summer, maybe in August. I ended up only working on it a little bit here and there. I was also having a lot of wrist problems around that time, so I wasn't crocheting a whole lot as much. I'm still having wrist issues, but I know a little bit better of how to work with them and etc. So I can crochet a little bit longer now. I haven't tried amigurumi yet, but this was as close to amigurumi as I could get for now. But anyway, rabbit trail. So I did end up finishing this on the lake house trip, and I like how it's turned out. The handle took a little longer than I thought it would. It is currently holding 2 projects in it at the moment, but I'm not going to show you those because those are gifts. So it's currently doing what it was meant to, which is hold crochet projects. It was made using Lion Brand Lazy Days yarn in pewter and wood rose, I believe. It was considered a lightweight 3, I think. I no longer know, but I will list what I've used in each of these projects in the description below, so it'll be down there. I also used a size 6mm hook for it. Next, we'll start this one. So for the unfinished projects that are on my list, this first one is called the Neath top, I believe. And it is a free pattern on Pinterest, and I think Ravelry too. I think I have it currently in my Ravelry library. But these Neath top, this is all I have done so far, which was mostly just to test out the order of the colors that I wanted. I have it folded in half right now. This is the start of one of the panels. It is a very easy pattern in that mostly she just gives you the measurements that you will need to take of your own torso in order to make the top fit you. And so there are 3 measurements. One is over the shoulder, one is from neck to shoulder, and then the other one is like around your waist. And so got all those measurements. This is going to, well, the brown's going to be in, but it doesn't matter right now. Anyway, it's going to be on my shoulders. I probably did this like several different ways, and this is just the way that I decided I wanted the color arrangement. I am using KC Essential Cotton. It's 100% cotton, and it is the softest cotton I have ever worked with. I've worked with a few cottons, and it's not my favorite. It kind of tugs on my wrist and hands a little bit more than I would like, and I can't crochet with it as often, but I can crochet more often with this cotton than I can other cottons. So I really like that. I am currently using the colors Canyon, Golden Coast, Sequoia, Rainforest, and Charcoal. It's a lightweight 3 according to the packaging. Like I said, it's 100% cotton, and I'm using a 6mm hook for this project. And hopefully we'll finish it in the next 6 months. So that's the first one that's not done. The second one is another top. It is a continuous granny square top, and this is all I've done so far. I once again played around with the colors that I have, trying to figure out the best arrangement that I wanted, and this is what I ended up on. So this is all 5 colors, and it's just going to repeat. It's just a very big continuous granny square panel for the front and the back, and then you make sleeves. I got this idea from Etsy, actually. It popped up as a recommended thing, but it's not a pattern, it's the garment. And I was like, I kind of want to make one of those. So I just kind of am going to wing it. It doesn't seem like it'll be that hard, so we'll just see how it goes. But I am using Lion Brand Coboo yarn for this. It is a 51% cotton and 49% rayon from bamboo mix. It is a lightweight 3, and I really like working with this yarn. I've worked with it before. I did get some new colors for this that I hadn't seen before, because normally I buy this at my Walmart. My Walmart has like 4 colors, but I had a coupon for actual Lion Brand, so I went on their website and they had more colors. And so the colors that I'm using for this are Steel Blue, Olive, that's not the color, Russet, Beige, and Taupe. So these are some really fun colors. It's also, like I said, a really soft yarn. I'm excited to finish this. I think it will be fun. I am differing from the photo a little bit in that I kind of want to do a bell sleeve, but I'm not quite sure if I will yet or not. Stay tuned. I'm also using a 4.5 hook. 4.5mm hook with this shirt. Ooh. So then the last crochet project, is it the last one? I mean, I know I have knitting here, but I feel like there was one more. So for the last crochet is this Baba shawl. I am hoping I can finish this in order to use it this current winter. This is one full skein of yarn so far, and I have another one I'm going to use because I would like it to be able to cross over and tie around behind my back, kind of like the Outlander looking shawl thing. I've never watched Outlander, but I've seen the photos and stuff. I forget the name of the actual, like, they have a name for that garment. I don't remember what it is. But anyway, this is called the Baba shawl. It is also a free pattern on Ravelry, and I believe I found it on Pinterest first, but it's in my Ravelry library. I'm not doing it exactly the way that she did it. There are some lace holes that are in the pattern that I'm waiting to do closer to the end of the triangle. I didn't want a bunch of holes in it, so that's what we're doing so far. It is really fun. It's basically a shell pattern, and then this yarn is, I believe, the Mandala yarn from Lion Brand, specifically the Mandala Ombre, and I believe it's just called Cool as far as the color goes. I can't remember. I do use a decent amount of Lion Brand yarn, but this is not sponsored by them. It's just what's easily available to me. It is what I use. It's also like, this is very soft acrylic. I can't wait to finish this. It's like very soft. So almost, well, I'll probably end up using the whole skein because again, I want this pretty large because I'm not the smallest person to go around and tie back around to. So hopefully it only takes the second one and I don't need a third one, but we'll see. So that's all of the crochet projects. And then for my knitting, you would have seen this if you watched one of my like first vlogs back in the fall of 2023. And it's going to be a knitted sweater. I saw something similar to this on Pinterest and then started out with that pattern, but then decided about halfway through that pattern I didn't want to use that pattern anymore. So I then decided to just keep going with it and turn it into like a dolman sleeve crop shirt. So we'll see if that works. I haven't worked on this in a really long time because when I first started it, it had aluminum knitting needles and those hurt my hands quite a bit. So I didn't work on it a lot, and then someone suggested I move to like wood or bamboo. And so I did, and that made it a lot easier. However, I stopped working on this around November because I started working on Christmas presents. So I haven't started on this yet again. So I have both the front and back panel, and I have this much of the sleeve of the first sleeve. So I still have quite a bit on this because I'm such a slow knitter. If I thought I was a slow crocheter, I'm a much slower knitter. So I don't know how long this is going to take me to finish. We will find out together. I'm using, what are these? 9mm bamboo hooks, bamboo needles. And the yarn is Lion Brand's Respekt yarn, which is a form of recycled polyester, I believe, but it's been discontinued, so I hope I have enough yarn to finish this. It may become a short sleeve thing if I don't, but I think I do. I think I have enough yarn to finish this. The other knitting project that I have, I barely started, and it is going to be some hand warmers. There's no real pattern. I'm just kind of winging it. I know that if you make a crochet rectangle and fold it and then like sew it and leave room for the thumb, it can turn into a hand warmer. So I'm basically applying that principle to knitting. And so I'm just knitting a rectangle and I'm going to knit 2 of them and then sew them up. I'm pretty sure the yarn on this is Big Twist Tweed. It was some leftover yarn in my stash that I thought I would probably have enough to finish some hand warmers with. I don't work on this one a whole lot because it does require a smaller knitting needle, and so I just don't use it as often. It's also not the first project on my priority list, even though it should be, because my hands are always cold. So I might rearrange my priority list and work on this more. So there's that one. I've only got like an inch and a half done on it, so it's not very started. And then this one is almost finished. So basically, I did technically finish this. I just did not do a real good job of sewing up the sleeves. And so this is a knitted blanket cardigan. And so you knit like a giant square that could basically be a blanket, and then you fold it in half and you sew down part of the seam and leave room for your arm. Well, the seams that I made weren't done real well, and I broke one of them wearing it out and about. Thankfully, like, the piece itself is still intact. I just need to re-sew the sleeves. So this will be done real quick. I just need to do it. It's been like 2 weeks since it broke and I just haven't done anything with it. It is made with Yarn Bee Breathe Deep Super Bulky in the color Dove. And it is really nice. It's 100% polyester yarn. It's really soft. You get it at your local Hobby Lobby. And that's that. I also have like 3 amigurumi projects that I'm in the middle of that are quite large, but I didn't get to finish them before my hands went wonky. And I'm a little nervous to go back to them because it takes such a tight tension for amigurumi that I'm not sure if I will go back to it. I at least want to finish those because I do like making them. I like the finished project. But until my hands get a little stronger or whatever, if I want to continue to crochet as much as I do, I can't do a whole lot of amigurumi projects. But I haven't tried in a while, so we might try and see how I do. And if I do, I'll update you. Alright, so that's it. It doesn't feel like a lot when I just kind of lay them out, but it feels like a lot to me because the majority of them are barely started and I'm slow, so I know it's going to take a while. So it feels like a lot in that sense. I also still have gifts and other things for other people that I'm making as well. I'm currently in the middle of 6 gifts. Thankfully, like, their due dates are kind of all spread out for the next 6 months as well. So, a little busy. I think my plan is to, on like one of the last Wednesdays of the month, give you guys an update on how I'm doing with these projects. If you watch my vlogs, you'll also probably see me working on them through there because I tend to do some crochet or knitting in my vlogs because it's a significant portion of what I do during the week. I think that's it. I think that wraps it all up. I'm going to provide as much information on the patterns and details as I can in the description. If I miss anything, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. You can also subscribe if you would like, and make sure to hit that notification bell to not miss any videos. I don't have a set schedule. I try to do 1 to 2 videos a week, and it just depends on how things go with my health. So I would love to see you all again, and if you are working on any projects, you can talk about them in the comments and we can have a little chat. But I think that's all for me, and I will see you next time. Bye.